gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Look at them, how to make it in America. Real day one, ain't a lot of us. Mom worked 2 jobs, it was hard for us. Me and sis made it out, now she proud of us. They didn't teach me how to rap in those private schools. Wasn't like my rich friends, had a lot to lose. Less money, less options, lot of rules. So when that first deal came, it was opportune. And shorty got potential, I scout that. She say she in love, but I doubt that. Maybe it's the clout. I get love in the north, I get love in the south, yeah. Shorty claims she a feminist, and her feminine. Girl, you know that he average. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. No money, now I'm in the Benz truck with a new honey. They said I wouldn't make it, I'm like, you funny. Laughing at my haters like, you dummies. The night is young, girl, what can you do for me? 6 figures, 5 shows, big ballin'. Look, I'm very important. I took a break, had some things I had to get sorted. I might retire in my prime like I'm M. Jordan. Table dancing in Southampton. Use the glasses for Vanish. Be cooling out in the whip, but I done dared every girl on my list. KD at the 3, Djokovic with the racket. Phelps in the pool, I'm like Speed at the Masters. Girl, you know you a bad. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Another day in the USA. Just another day in America. Kids from my hood look up to the system set us up for failure. I just want to make enough to pay dividends. Then invest in black businesses. They teach us to hate what we see in the mirror, but it can't break our spirit. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them.
No introduction really necessary. Get the message like a secretary. Boy, I'm legendary. When I'm dead and buried, still be kicking flavor in the cemetery. Trap music originator. Fresh off of my hiatus. Yelling you to all my haters. They skywalk, I'm down. Yep, like in the Kango Anna. New Cadillac with an all-go hammer. Long as I remember out of Atlanta, I can give a about a dog. Used to getting things from a chat, so I count on setting numbers in the hood. Do what I say, do. Tell break bread, a fake dead, a bit, to hate that. 50 million, you died to make that middle. You vote for Trump, you see me outside, well, you know what's up. I ain't hearing no peace talk, ain't funny, no hee-haw. Like a Black Panther week to the teeth, try me weak. Swear to God, I could have been Freddie Gray. Or Mike Brown, get down with a on me and a half a. Let me buy Sandra Bland. Listen, boy, you're challenging with the running man. I was challenging with a hand. What you see before you, what they told you from nothing, man. Grand hustle over everything. And hit the king like an 18-wheeler in and out of air lane. Never been a part of the in crowd. Got a problem with me, I said, y'all got the same friend that I came in with, ducking all that lane. Hey, everyone knows on go. I rolled in the 4x4.
And, Coach, we come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. Space to maneuver at the 40. And finally down at the 41-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Here we go. 319. 319. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw here. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47.
319. 319.
On the toss, Bernard. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
They'll set up to throw. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey. Because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
That is caught by the former Gator, Antonio Callaway. A gain of 39 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, but when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
The linebacker, Preston Brown, brings him down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Mayfield now on second down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. A first down carry by Elliott. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all this stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Browns have taken the early lead. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
It has to feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team because we talk about complementary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a second and long.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Lucky 56. Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Flush to his right. Finding some room at midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Trying to fight his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw it right into it for an interception.
Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. A very solid gain of 27.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he was able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll pitch it out to Elliott. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete corner? Yeah, because we're so used to these guys just being defenders in the pass game. How about the guys who can come up and make the tackles? That's what we just saw there for no gain, too.
Well, Lockett with a grab over the middle. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Detroit!
Third and short yardage. Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back in the back 7, phenomenal.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He drops it off for Bernard and able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Leopard!
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he spins past him and into space. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Ezekiel Elliott, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. And he knocks it through. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
All right, here we go. 319. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up a throw. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. First target, first catch, and a first down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. Boom,
now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Being chased out left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and I think the Browns got it. They did. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Wide open receiver complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Here's Mayfield. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. He's going to get it running right. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play, and that is going to set up third and goal. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Zane Gonzalez now to try the Browns field goal. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Bengals getting set to go. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to look deep for Watt. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return, but I don't think they care. They've got the football back. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Play fake. Mayfield. He's got his tight end, Njoku. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Going to the air again with Mayfield. He lets it fly from Lockett. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. The give is to Elliott. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. From the gun, Mayfield. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll look to throw here. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit! Detroit!
He'll look to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, It's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And the Browns getting set to go. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
They start on the ground with Elliott. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now let's go.
They go play action. Mayfield nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And out now, here come the Bengals. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now a toss play to Bernard. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Again, here's Bernard. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Now let's go.
Back to throw. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he whips that one incomplete there. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Here's Bernard. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. They'll drop to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They're going to look to throw. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Where Brandon Pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage, they've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back at New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say,
and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Carl Lawson, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. The Browns on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. To throw, Mayfield. On the crossing route, complete. That's Elliott. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll try the sweep with Elliott. Fancy footwork at the 45. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. A second down throw for Mayfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. But he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. And that one results in 35 yards. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Now Elliott. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Now let's go.
They'll start on the ground here with Bernard. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He drops it off for Bernard. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Green 39! Green 39!
Back to throw here. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Set! Blue landed! Blue landed!
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
3-19! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off near his own 48. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm. partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue, line it.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
He'll look to throw. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Detroit! Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Flush to his right. That's caught inside the 20. That goes for a gain of 31. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Green 39, green 39.
Looking to throw. And avoids the contact by sliding. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Detroit! All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
They'll set up to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Maybe one final chance here to make this a bit more respectable as he'll go for it on 4th and goal.
Now let's go. Blue line it. Blue line it.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Escaping the pressure right. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And they'll be down just outside of the end zone at the 1-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Browns, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9.